Hi guys, this is Mordred from Trunar, and I'm here to do a deck profile on my own personal deck, the Golden Bunny Brigades. So basically, let's just get started. So to start is, obviously, Spring Breeze Messenger, there. As for our grade 0s, run 1 extra Spring Breeze, 4 critical triggers, Dantegal, 4 critical triggers, Silent Punisher, another 4 critical triggers, Flame of Victory, and another 4 critical triggers, Liberator of Hope, Epona, or is it Liberator of Blood? I'm not exactly sure. So obviously this deck doesn't run heals, because heals are for scrubs in my personal opinion, and I'm a greedy player, similar to Merlin. Just put that there.
Except we're opposites.
Except Merlin says we're opposites. Grade 1s, run 4 Gareths, Fighters Collection Gareths, pretty nice. 2 Sleygal Daggers, 3 Dindranes, because plussing is good for you, and 3 Perfect Guards. As for our grade 2s, run Gareth, 1 Superior Intercept, 3 Vivianes, and 4 Lop Ear Shooters, because greed is good. And for grade 3s, we run 3 Garmores, because Garmores are broken. Or 4 Garmores, sorry. And 4 Pellinores, the main boss monster of the deck. So to break it down, starting from the grade 0s, basically the starter is Spring Breeze Messenger, and so the ability is that if the Vanguard that this unit boosted hits, Counterblast 1, put this into the soul, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and call it to any open rear guards in rest position. So it's pretty, more explanation on that later. So basically you run 2 of these, just this is a backup if you don't get Pellinore off. And triggers need no explanations, it's all crits, as you can see right there, critical triggers. Because the way this deck runs is basically it rushes your opponents, and from hours of playing this deck and playing against everyone else, basically there have been occasions where I blow people up on second turn using double crits. As for grade 1s, run 3 Perfect Guards. Before I actually ran 3 Perfect Guards, but I found that if I ran, or 4 Perfect Guards, sorry, and if I ran into any one of them in my hand, it was just like I couldn't do anything. So I decided to run 3 because the deck needs to be more aggressive, and it doesn't really need to be that defensive as well. Run 3 Dindranes, because obviously there's so much superior calling from the deck that this is definitely, you can't go wrong with Dindrane. Basically, Soul Blast 1 card, draw 1 card when it's called from the deck, and it's also a 6k booster, so it doesn't hit well against cross rides, but it does hit well against 11ks. Now for 2 Sleygal Daggers. So Sleygal Daggers are always good, and so, I mean, 7k base, so it's not a bad first turn ride, and Counterblast 1, or sorry, Counterblast 1 if you have 4 more units, the unit gets 2k, so it's not bad. And we run the best 8k vanillas out there. Gareth's, shiny. For grade 2s. And for grade 2s, run 4 Lop Ear Shooters. So basically, Lop Ear Shooters is part of Spring Breeze Messenger as well. So Lop Ear Shooter is that if it's called onto rear guard from the deck, ditch a card from your hand, and then you search top 3 as well. So it's basically a grade 2 version of Spring Breeze Messenger. And so basically, if you get Lop Ear Shooter, use ability, you get another Lop Ear Shooter, you can do the ability again. So it's pretty good. Vivianes are always good in a gold Paladin deck because it always puts pressure. Basically, Counterblast 1 if this unit hits a Vanguard while it's boosted by a gold Paladin unit. A Counterblast 1, superior call from the top of your deck. So like I said, this deck does run a lot of, this deck does have a lot of superior calling, so I mean, you can never go wrong with more calling from your units, and that's what gold Paladins, or Paladins in general, are used for. And right here, we run the odd superior intercept. Not much said. And then we run the solid 10k Beaumains, because 10k grade 2s are really good. And it's always great to see that it's 10k guard for no pass against Winger Brave. So, you know, there's not much they can do about that, and it puts your opponents back a turn. For grade 3s, we run 4 Pellinores and then 4 Garmores. So, Garmore's basically, aside from Pellinore, your main ride. So, Limit Break 4 gains 5k when it's attacking a Vanguard, or when it's hacking. And also on top of that, when you ride it onto Vanguard, then Counterblast 2 and then call any unit from your deck. And so basically typically what you want to run, or what you want to find, is the Dindrane. So basically you +2 because you get a free unit and you get a free card just from Soul Blasting. So you do a lot of Soul Blasting as well. So the boss monster of the deck is Pellinore. So basically Pellinore, if it's called from the deck in any way, then you ditch a card and then you ride it over Vanguard. So basically the deck really works where you chain events using Springbee's Messenger. So say if Garmore attacks, counter blast, and then search top 3, get a Pellinore, you can ride it again. So basically that's another free attack, and so that's what the deck really revolves on. It revolves in rushing your opponents with as much critical triggers as possible, and also relying on a little bit of luck, which I feel I don't have too much trouble with. I mean, this deck, like I said, relies a lot on Superior Calling. And so, I mean, the reason why the 16 crits work so well is because you're rushing your opponents so much. Basically, if you get Garmore, you know, you get Twin Drive, and you get Spring Breeze off, and then you get a Pellinore, say, you're moving another 2 cards, and you get another double crit, well, then your opponent pretty much explodes. So that's what me and my friends typically do. So my bases on the deck, I mean, the main Vanguards, they're 10k vanillas, so, or they're 10k Vanguards, 10k base, so they're easily bullyable, but I mean, the basis of the deck is to rush your opponents with as much damage as possible, with critical triggers, 12 crits, because he'll suffer scrubs. And so the basis of the deck, really, I mean, it's a great deck. I mean, it's not the best out there, but if your playstyle is extremely greedy, or if you like, I don't know, rushing your opponents, then this build might work for you. I mean, it's not for everyone. Not everyone likes the fact that it's completely luck-based, or it's just a 10k vanilla, or it's Pellinore in general, because, I mean, with other Gold Paladins out there, you might as well run Spectral Duke, but I don't like meta decks like that. So, yeah. Golden Bunny Brigade, guys. This is Mordred from True Narcomi signing off.